Hello and welcome to the channel of mprugs.com. My name is Mike. Hope you and your family are doing well. In today's episode, I'm going to be featuring one of the most popular types of handmade Persian rugs. It's known as the Tabriz rugs. Give you a little bit of background about them, and this is one of, it's probably the most popular high-end as well as medium quality type of a handmade Persian rug that goes back many centuries actually. It comes from the Azerbaijan area, northwestern Iran. This is something that I have talked about in many of my videos. It is something that many of you keep asking me about. And one of the questions that I get when it comes to the Persian rugs is that they want to know about, many of you want to know about the colors, the designs and everything, especially when you're looking at a type of Persian rug that you want to have not just in one room, but you're looking at possibly having multiple pieces in different rooms. And so I thought we just got this shipment in. These are all runners, and they actually, in most of these cases, they are all twin runners, which is extremely rare. But what I did for you was I chose 4 of the most commonly found designs, but there's actually a tremendous rich history behind them. So in the far end over there, for example, this is by far the oldest design. This is known as the Herati design. This is a design that you will also, for example, you'll see it in the mood rugs. You will also see it in the bija rugs. Many people consider the Herati design to be inspired. It's almost synonymous with the Kurdish people, the Kurdish culture. They are also in parts of Azerbaijan where they have settled in the Tabriz area. This is oftentimes the type of rug that is woven by families in their homes. And this particular, the Herati design, is very common, very synonymous with Kurdish families. And you'll find this design, like I said, in the bija rugs, for example, and then you'll also see it in the mood rugs. And again, what is common amongst all the different types of Persian rugs, and Iran is a large country, but what they all share is that same Kurdish DNA. There are, of course, exceptions to the rule, but the Herati design, as you can see in the video, it's really popular. And like I said, in this case right here, we're able to purchase a whole bunch all at once, and we have a whole bunch of twin sets, which is ideal for long hallways or for bedroom sets. And it's one of those designs that dates back several centuries. The blues, which it's a very dark navy blue. It is in the orange combination. This dates back centuries. This is classic. And this is probably the most unaltered type of design. You will notice the greens, the orange, the blues, the very dark navy blue background. It's not black, it's a very dark navy blue, but these are all what we call earth colors. These are all that are derived from vegetable dyes in the old days. So this is a design that has not changed, and it's now becoming very fashionable again. This is a design that has been around for centuries, comes and goes as far as popularity is concerned, but there's always a reason why people come back to it. Absolutely beautiful. For those of you that are into the old school type Persian rugs, this is definitely something that combines both. Old school design, you have a rich culture, rich tradition, you have centuries of weaving, and yet you also have the solid 50 rug quality, just all the way around. Really nice. And there is on this type of rug, and these are all the same quality, but here's again where you will notice a difference. On the Herati design, very rarely do you find any silk in them. So even though they're all the same, they're all made out of cork wool and everything, on the Heratis, I always tell my clients, if you find silk, let me know, because this is not a rug that was meant as a showpiece. This is just a very traditional type of rug. So that is one. Out of the Herati came the next one. And this is, again, one of the most popular. This is something that has been copied now. You can find Chinese rugs, Indian rugs, Pakistani rugs. They all go back to this right here, which is the Mahi design. Mahi in Farsi literally means fish. This is a type of rug that is designed to be used and abused, very similar to the Herati. Many people actually consider the Mahi to be the grandchild of the Herati. But and this is something that I've had myself in my dining room for many years. People loved it. This is very elegant, yet it is not the type of rug that screams out at you. This is a very neutral colored rug. Now, unlike the Herati design, the Mahi design comes in many different colors. You have the rusty looking type of piece. You have the beige, the browns, and almost like olive greens. Whereas we also have the dark reds. We also have the very dark navy blue, which is almost black. And these are the dominant colors. But unlike the Heratis, you do have options. But again, very similar, and the quality is identical. The difference is, as you can see, there's some silk in the highlights, in the design. But again, this is something that if you are into Persian rugs, whether, and it's been around for decades, for centuries. Like I always tell people, so to me, the Mahi design, to me, it's like a white t-shirt. It's something that will come in handy. For me, the Mahi design is probably, this right here is the most user-friendly type of a Persian rug design. It is not only classic, it is designed to blend in. The choice in colors, these, as you can see here, it's like a very elegant evening dress or a business suit. It's classic. They are not designed to be screaming at you. They are designed to blend in with you, the furniture and everything, and basically be almost like an accent rug. These are the types of rugs and the designs that bring out the room as a whole, but this is not something that screams at you. But again, really, really nice piece. I personally can vouch for them. I always love the fact that you can spill just about anything you want on them. You can cover them, you can clean it up with a bit of water, with a damp towel and everything. And I've had mine for well over 10 years on a dining room table, and that was an everyday use table. We had it there for over 10 years before I ever had it washed. And so it was just absolutely perfect. The design is one that covers up just about all the stains. Then next here we have this along with the Herati design. I'm just going to step over here. This right here is the Heriz design. This is a geometric Heriz design. It is absolutely beautiful. For me personally, lots of silk, and you can see it in the designs. These are all the same quality. These are all what we call 50 rudge. A rudge is basically 7 centimeters. So these are all considered to be in the high-end section. You have 50 knots per 7 centimeters. That's why they're referred to as 50 rudge. Now, sometimes you have 1 or 2 extra knots. Some of them have lower knots. For example, I would expect that this piece right here with the beautiful silk highlights, as I'm pointing it out in the video. Even though it's the same quality as the Herati piece, I would imagine that this piece has maybe an extra knot or two. But it's a 50 rudge. But as you can also see, this is actually, when I'm doing this video, one of our clients has just received their Tabriz rug, and it's an almost match to the runner that I'm featuring here. And as he pointed out, it was almost, when he picked out the rug, his wife was a little bit concerned that there may be too much of the blues and everything in there. I assured him that there was really not a whole lot of blues. But when he got the rug, he mentioned that him and his wife both agreed that it was almost as if the rug was made to match the colors of the couch and the decor and everything. So it's absolutely perfect. So I'm glad you liked it. It looks beautiful in the picture. But this is what a classic Heriz design is. This was inspired by the weavers also in the northwestern Iran, also in the Caucasus area. You will notice if you look at very old Russian, Azerbaijani, you look at what is known as the Caucasus region. If you look at the carpets that came out of those places back in the days, you will see this geometric design. So you have not only the Persian rug, but you also have a mixing of the colors, people, cultures, weaving techniques and everything. So here you have just an absolutely beautiful piece. And again, like I said, all of these are basically twin sets. And so a lot of these runners here are made, virtually all of them here are like 7-foot runners. They're basically 2 meters. Many of my clients, this is what they put in their bedrooms, one on each side of the bed. But for us, this is, again, one of the most classic. And then finally, of course, you have the traditional medallion pieces. Some people refer to them as the floral design. And again, you have the silk and the highlights, and beautiful, gorgeous piece, obviously with a more classic piece, or as well as with the Heriz, the Mahi. You have a choice in colors, absolutely beautiful. But I wanted to feature these 4 pieces because unlike a lot of the larger Persian rug weaving centers, the Tabriz rugs, the weavers, they were right on the Silk Route. And Tabriz has always been a very business-minded people, the people that lived there. It wasn't so much about religion, politics. They were basically merchants. And if you are a business-minded person, then you're not someone who is oftentimes tied down to a certain religion or culture and everything. And this is why, for example, you will find that in the large cities, and it honestly, it's the same way it has been, and I'm just going to use Tabriz here as an example. You have certain groups of people in that area that are, for example, you have the Kurdish folks, the Herati design is synonymous with them. You have the Heriz design here that is also quasi Kurdish people, but also Caucasus people. You have the classic piece, very much associated with what is known as the Fars, the Iranian. It's like central Iran type of people, the groups. So you have a large country, and places like Tabriz was almost like a melting pot. When people have asked me, I always told them, I said, you know what, I wasn't born and raised in Germany, but my family, my mother's side is from Tabriz. And I always tell them, I said, you know, in many ways, when I see the people out of Tabriz and the way they are, it's almost like Chicago, New York. people that are from a place where there are a mix of cultures, religions, customs, and you can see that reflected in the rugs. Most Persian rugs are made in, whether it is Isfahan, whether it is Nain, whether you have the Bija rugs, the Mood rugs, the Kashans, you see enough of them and you're like, yeah, I know which kind of colors they prefer and all that. But with the Tabriz rugs, you can have so much variety in everything. That's why you also find them in oftentimes the odd shape pieces, things like square rugs or round rugs. If you, for example, want to look at a round Isfahan rug, you'd be hard pressed to find one. Or if you're talking about an octagon Bijar, there are certain things that you basically can't find. But in the Tabriz, as I always tell the folk, as I always tell my clients, honestly, if you pay them enough, they'll do just about anything you want for them. So there you have it. I wanted to showcase 4 of the most popular types of designs that you see not only in Persian rugs, but in particularly the Tabriz rugs, because this is basically what Persian rugs are all about. And as I do in all of my videos, I always make myself available for those of you that have questions. So if you have a question about a rug that you may have, feel free to send me an email, look below in the description, or visit us at mprugs.com and you'll see our contact details. I got folks who ask me about questions about rugs that they have all the time. No problems answering them in my spare time. So feel free to email me. Also, this is a channel that is all about handmade carpets. So we hope that you like it. If you do, feel free to hit the subscribe button or give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Something that we do in our spare time to answer many of your questions and also share with you some of the insights in the world of handmade carpets. So I'm going to be coming back to you with many more videos to come. In the meantime, wishing you all the best. Take care. Bye-bye.